welcome everybody to the March 19th ECS board meeting. We're going to do a call to order. First, I think we'll start with the roll call, starting with Adam, who's joining us online.
Eleanor Magny.
Matthew Roy.
Megan Beach.
Sam O'Loughlin.
Jill Serrata.
Thank you. Now pledge of allegiance. Please stand. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now I'd like to read our mission statement. The mission of ECS is to educate each student to high academic standards using innovative curricula that will foster knowledge, love of, and respect for the environment and preserve it for future generations. We grow citizens. Our vision is that every ECS graduate will be an actively engaged citizen driving thoughtful change in the world around them. I believe we did have somebody sign up for public comment. Hannah Berg. I don't know if Hannah is here.
Hannah is not here. Should I be canceled?
Thank you. So just we'll note that for the record that she had to cancel. Mission moment. I will pass it over to Patrick.
Thank you, Stan. I want to actually pitch it over to our students in second grade, and then ultimately to our superintendent, Dr. Van Cribs, and to Dean Calamari, who can tell you a little bit about the special project a whole bunch of people at ECS have been working on for several months. That it's not fully culminated yet, but there was a big event yesterday. I'd like to share a little bit of that with you. Got to take it away?
Thank you.
I'm going to have to turn around to look.
Go ahead, maybe ready. Hi, Anya. Hi, Anna. Do you know who these people are? No, who are they? Miss L.P. Hey, what's up? Who are these people? Oh, that's just our board of trustees. Yeah, but what do we trust them with? We trust them to make good decisions for our school. I get it. I bet they would love to hear about the second grade and their big can competition. Do you think that you guys could tell them about it? Sure. The second graders have been working together to collect cans for the 2 million can contest. And while it would be nice to win, we know that the really important thing is spreading awareness about recycling of aluminum cans. Recycling cans is a closed-loop system. Aluminum cans can be recycled to make new cans over and over and over and over again. Recycling also keeps cans out of landfills or becomes litter that can be harmful to the environment. I think Dr. Chris can take it from here. Is there anything else you would like to say to the board? Can you please send us your cans to recycle?
Very tired. We have really tired second graders right now.
And adults.
Yeah, and adults. We were all at the Penguin game last night, so.
Sure. So as our students mentioned, ECS second graders are leading the charge for the We Can initiative, which is a part of the 2 million cans recycling competition that is hosted by Recycling is Like Magic. So this competition is a part of ECS's second graders capstone project that really showcases when students work together and work with their community, they can enact change in their spaces. So can collection began back in October, and we're still collecting cans. It will conclude in April. And each school, Recycling with Magic partners with Can Manufacturers Institute, the CMI. So each school is provided a CMI sponsor and a local recycling organization. So So for our local recycling organization, ECS was given Mon Valley, and then we were assigned PPG as our sponsor. So then, as the students are collecting the fund, or collecting the cans, there is money associated with it. So every can, I believe it's 58 cans equals $1. And so that those funds, along with any kind of like top 3 schools within a cash prize, all those funds will contribute to the primary school's environmental literacy program. So helping students get into the district park, environmental center, go to the zoo, farms, and all of that. So that was kind of the background of the We Can initiative. So when we found out about this initiative, we instantly kind of jumped on board as a collective effort to figure out how we can help spread awareness, get some community partners on board, as well as have some fun with the kids and make sure that they are embedding all of this into their.
Sorry about that.
And making sure that they embed everything into their education and curriculum. So from a communication perspective, we created a We Can campaign to ensure that we were having effective communication. So we set a goal with the kids around to collect 100,000 cans. So that would approximately raise about $1,724 for the primary school students to fund the literacy-based field trips. So we start off with a couple of objectives. A few objectives. Inform 100% of our second grade classes with contest and its connection to the capstone project. Inspire them to spread awareness and gain support from their community. So we started that back in October by creating some connections to the education plan, as well as creating a shareable toolkit. So within that toolkit, there was different letters that the students could use to reach out to family members, other organizations, as well as mock social media posts, things like that, to help them kind of spread the word themselves. Then we also thought that we would receive and maintain support from 3 local businesses by mid-October. So we did do some reach out to about 6 different organizations, just kind of in the Square, Park Place area. 4 organizations did sign up to help, and then we do provide monthly updates to those organizations so that they can see, track our progress and kind of see how they're helping support this initiative. And finally, we also want to just spread awareness of the contest to 100% of ECS's staff and 75% of our families to encourage their participation also by November. So each one of our buildings does have some can drop-offs. Our wonderful facilities team has been helping get those cans over to primary school, so all of our staff is aware, and then our families are also bringing cans to middle school, high school, wherever they can to help the kids. We're promoting that on social media, district newsletters, as well as reaching out to media.
I think that's also connected to the curriculum. If we think about some of our strategic framework initiatives with teaching and learning, goal of for us to make thoughtful decisions about partnerships that can be used for curriculum enhancement and other opportunities. So we're really trying to make sure that the students understand it's not just part of the curriculum, but also that community feel. So yesterday, they had some folks from PPG, Iceberg was there, Hero the Hawk, second graders got to hear a lot about recycling and not just go to a candy thing, which we talked about, which is great, but they also got to learn a little bit more about can recycling, why it's important, why we want to keep these cans out of the ocean. We had Scuba Jess there, and so she was also talking to the kids. And at that assembly, one of the things that was really remarkable and notable is that the questions that the students asked the most were about the actual recycling process. And so they were for the Mon Valley representative rather than Iceberg or the people from the school. And so our kids even kind of latched on to the fact that this was a really important thing they were doing to help the community find out a little bit more about why. They also wrote letters, they wrote banners. I think the next one shows a little bit more, right? So they have a video I'll show you, and I'll talk to you a little bit about some of the bumps along the way. This is a really great experience for kids, but it didn't come without its shoes. So this is again another one from the kids. Yeah. Over there. can punches. Okay, we can share with you. It's also the data that's on social media. So it's just, again, more just talking about what they were doing with the initiative and how you can
They have.
So this is like a really great initiative. If you look at the picture on the top left there in the green, one of the things that happened originally is that we were so excited about it and we brought in a ton of cans and we realized that the containers that we had for those cans were quickly overflowing. It's a good problem to have. And so we posed that problem to the students by just saying, like, look outside. What are you noticing? What do you wonder? What is going on? How are we all impacted by what's happening out there? And so the students started to think about a better way to house the cans on the back lot. And so their solution were those white bags. They also then thought that the white bags were not ECS enough and not great enough for their playground to have a little flair for our second graders. And so they decorated all of them. And so they're now out there containing our cans. We're taking all of our cans from all the different locations, and it looks a little bit better, and it's also easier to transfer. The other part was that our partners with PPG found out that they were recycling cans in their offices, but they were having other things in their bins. Like most of us with single stream recycling, everything is going in there, but we only want just the cans. And so they needed to spread word amongst their office staff about the fact that they only wanted cans in these particular bins. And so they posed that problem to the second graders again, and the second graders came up with this idea of making cardboard covers for their trash cans so that only the can would go inside. And so they decorated them. PPG is using them. They love them. They talked about it again when they were with us, and just saying how grateful they were that the students solved the problem that they had in their offices, which is also wonderful for our students to see. That it's not just us that have challenges with it too, it's adults.
So I kind of all came together for yesterday's big event. So probably around end of November, PPG reached out and said, hey, the Penguins are really interested in also becoming a sponsor for ECS's weekend project. And so since about November, we've been partnering with PPG and the Penguins to figure out how we're going to pull it all together for an assembly yesterday with the students. So yesterday, the students did participate in the special assemblies that Mandy was talking about. We had representatives from PPG, the Penguins, Recycling Wizard Magic, CMI, and Long Valley Recycling, all talking about that can cycle. Iceberg King, huge hit. Kids loved him, but then a part of that as well was that the Penguins invited all of our second graders to their Pittsburgh Pledge Sustainability game last night. All of the cans and aluminum cups from that game are being collected, sorted as we speak, and they are going to be donated to ECS's cause. Yeah, there's about 18,000 people in attendance at their game tonight. So hopefully getting some great numbers, and we are supposed to find out by tomorrow how much that's so as a part of that, there were some pre-game activities. So there's a Fanzoni ride, it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh, Jumbotron. So some of our students got to ride the Fanzoni. Some of our students ended up on the Jumbotron just in general, and some of them got to also say on
With our superintendent.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And our director of transportation.
The video I have yet to see. I'd love to see.
I'm not for it too.
And here at the Hawk also got to ride on the Zamboni. It was a really wonderful event and a really great partnership that we were able to kind of come together and bring a lot of different organizations, partnerships, personalities all together to kind of make this happen for our students. And I'm sure it's an event that they'll probably remember for a while.
The meeting of the two birds was really great.
Yes.
So the last thing is just to say thank you from myself to everyone that was part of this. We have countless hours already, and we're still going to be collecting cans until the end of April. So our facility staff has been helping us shuttle cans back and forth. We had Dina, who was like getting tons of emails and transferring 200 Penguin tickets out there in the world. So Dina did a great job. We have Hero Hawk to thank, who came and was able to support our students and meeting all of them. And then our second grade teachers have done a fantastic job with Rachel and Leah Peters and Vicky Shea, really making sure that we have those connections to the curriculum, and it isn't just one thing that they're gonna do outside of what they're doing in school, but it's embedded into everything. So just a huge thank you. Thank you, Dina, too, for being here after a really long night. Any questions? This is our ranking. The only thing to say is that this was in end of February, so they do them at the end of each month. We are currently in 10th place, but that doesn't have any of our March count, and it doesn't have the Penguin Picking count in it. Another thing to kind of note is that the red box has the total number of cans collected for each site, but the way that they're calculating it is per student. And so a site that has, more cans doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna win.
So Scuba Jess from Recycling is Like Magic is kind of the person that created this entire initiative, and it's CMI funds Recycling is Like Magic. And so to make sure that it's equitable across the board, to ensure that even bigger school districts and small school districts can all participate, that's why the can count is per student.
It also helps the students understand that they're making.
School of 5,000 campuses gotta be using performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, so the only other thing I can say is that please bring your cans in. I see a can right now that should probably stay there. So next board meeting is before the end of the event. And so if from now till then, if you can put a container in your own home, if there are cans that you're going to use, if you can collect them and bring them in, we'll make sure that they're part of our can account. And then we can tell our second graders that our lovely board of trustees that they can actually trust to bring cans in for them, because that's what they ask you all to do. So, thank you all. Thank you.
Wait, before you go, so I just want to echo the thanks that Manny was offering to the team. It really is a remarkable effort. And want to also say that some of the conversations that have come out of this just in the last several months, but even in the last couple of days, there's something here. The event itself was really important, and we'll hopefully do this again. But there are other ways that we've been sort of thinking, like, how can we incorporate what the team, so that would be from the students all the way through the organization, has been doing. So it's been really great that way. So again, big thanks. And then I would like to just also, Dina is actually going to get out of here and head out, because she's also heading to a conference tomorrow. Dina put together a little, essentially a proposal. She submitted some of the work that she and the team have done here. And she's going to be going to Harrisburg to participate in a conference, Penn State, I keep saying Harrisburg, Penn State. She's also going to be recognized, ECS is going to be recognized for her work, particularly as it relates to one of the communication campaigns. You want to say a little bit about that as well?
Sure. So ECS for the second year in a row has won a Golden Gun Award for school excellence in communications. And so we submitted a campaign that, thank you to Nikki, who gave us the opportunity to write the campaign called Serving Sustainability. And it's all about the initiative around increasing school food program participation. And so it's based off of the communications built into that. So posters, flyers, emails that have gone out. So we did win a Golden Delegate for that. And then Maddie Buckley, who's the digital communication specialist, won an award of merits in photography. And then I also won an award of merits in news releases and an award of excellence. So we're going tomorrow to accept both awards, and then we have the opportunity to present our Golden Delegate Award on Friday.
Yay.
Great. Thanks you both. Thanks, especially thanks to the second graders. That was one of their presentation was certainly one of the most interesting, informative.
We thought that might work.
That's some decent work right there. They're really setting new benchmarks.
So Rachel and Vicky I'm pretty sure Vicky was part of that too. She was not visible, but Rachel and Vicky were the mastermind behind that.
All right, well, it was appreciated. Why don't we move to the consent agenda?
Yeah.
And open it up to any comments, questions about any of these items. Any questions? Anyone online, questions, comments? Not, we will put it to a vote. Okay, well, with no questions, I will call for a motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor of adopting the consent agenda? Oh, sorry, I gotta read the resolution. Resolution 2025 03 2152. Be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the school that the consent agenda for March 2025 be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right. Thanks, everybody. So why don't we move to, I guess we're continuing our policy review with a number of, let's see, it would be 4 or 6 policies that are before the board to be voted on as amended. So I won't read them all. I'll let folks read them on the agenda. You should be familiar with these, which we shared at the time of the last meeting for public comment. But if anybody has any comments or would like to discuss any of these policies, it would be a good time to do that.
Did we receive any public comments?
We did not receive any public comments on the policy. We did make a minor edit to the bullying policy. We wanted to make sure, we thought the language was inclusive, but we wanted to be explicit about it. So we included language that specifically defined and called out hazing. So we had that policy covered. And then additionally added in language around bullying, but in this case, cyberbullying, just again to be specific. So we used definitions and made some clear language. But it's, I would argue they're relatively minor, they're perfectly consistent, but those are the only changes that we proposed.
Great, thank you. And just one point of clarification. I think I know the answer, but I believe that 5 of these 6 policies are existing policies that have been amended, and that one of them is a new policy, the workplace relationships policy. Is that
That is correct.
okay? Well, are there any further questions? If not, we can move to start voting on these. Let's go one at a time. I'll just read Resolution 2025-03-2153. Be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the school that the policy 220 Equal Employment Opportunity Policy be approved as amended. Do I have a motion?
Move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unopposed, the motion passes. Resolution is adopted. Next one, Resolution 2025-03-2154. Be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the school that the policy 221 anti-discrimination be approved as amended.
Motion again?
Motion,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, resolution is adopted. Next, Resolution 2025-03-2155. Be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the school that the policy 223 anti-sexual harassment be approved as amended.
Motion again?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, resolution is adopted. Let's see, number 4, resolution 2025-03-2156, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the school that the policy 224, anti-bullying, be approved as amended.
Again?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, resolution is adopted. Resolution 2025-03-2157, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the school that the policy 226, workplace relationships, be approved.
Again?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, the resolution is adopted. Finally, resolution 2025-03-2158, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the school that the policy 520, wellness, be approved as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, the resolution is adopted. All right, thanks everybody, that was fun.
It was actually, that's very exciting. We are grateful.
We're moving along with our policy review, so I thank everybody.
Thank you.
And thanks to the community as well. It's stuff that they would like to be involved. Number 8, business. This is again part of our policy review. 2 additional policies that we put forth for review discussion. 212, the hearing officer policy, and 502, the lottery admissions policy. And I believe those will be available on our website for the public. Should anybody want to look at those, and for the board, we will spend some time taking a look at those. Those are existing policies, and we will be hopefully voting on them the next time. Sometime.
Just one other quick point. So we will be sending, just because the lottery policy had been a part of the prior charter renewal, we'll be sending that policy to the district, just to make sure they have an opportunity to review and comment if they have anything. In fact, I believe we've already done that. So we would anticipate if there are any comments, we hear directly from them. Before they're aware that there will be no receiving from our attorney.
Great, thank you for that. Any questions on that? I believe do we have any report from the ECST representative?
Yeah. Okay.
That's short stuff. Hello, I'm Katie Supenick. Katie Supenick and representing the ECST. We've been working to compile feedback from the members in our annual survey for our union committee reports. They're part of our contract. We shared it with the administration, and we look forward to reviewing it and continuing to be a partner to solve issues that come up and provide suggestions and help Massachusetts members. And we also appreciated the ongoing collaboration with the Home Office in producing the calendar, especially Mandy. Thank you for the many conversations. That's not easy. And I think it's currently open to feedback for the members. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you. And I believe we have a PCO report which I pulled up here. And I can read it to the record if that suits everybody. So thank you, Mayor. He reports that the Blooming Bash was a big success. We held it on March 1st at the Union Project, and we were able to raise over $9,000 thanks to all of our tickets and donated to the auction. The money we raised will help us provide minivans, free community events, and support the teachers and staff at all ECS buildings. We are collecting uniforms and will soon be collecting books for used uniforms and book sales at the Green Roots Sustainability Fairs in May. We are also just about to begin our work on Staff Appreciation Week, including a drive to collect money for gift cards to all faculty and staff during Teacher Appreciation Week in May. We have decided not to give Target gift cards and have switched to Giant Eagle. Okay. Last Friday, in conjunction with the PSIS Math Curriculum Night, we held Family Game Night. It was a fun night for all who came out. Several families went home with new games from the raffle, and since it was Pi Day, we also held a pie sale. I did not celebrate Pi Day this week. Kind of sad about that. Also, last week, we had a table at the Growing in the Primary event where we were able to welcome new families and answer questions. And we are working with parents to help support the upcoming kindergarten through fifth grade showcases. Our monthly meetings are held on the first Friday of each month at noon. The meetings are all virtual. Please consider attending and learning more about us. Thanks to Becky for that report. We can move on to other business. If we have any.
I just wanted to say, just seconding the comment about Blooming Bash being a success. It was a really, really fun event. So definitely encourage everybody to go next year if you get a chance. It's super fun. And we actually were the big winners of a sculpture created on site. Yes. Yeah. They had, I can't remember her name, but she's a local artist who creates sculptures from trash. And so she made I think it was 5 or 6 of them during the course of the event. And so people had brought in their kind of stuff, and then she was just set up her table and was creating these really fun, quirky sculptures. And anyway, the raffle at the end of the night was for those. If you won the raffle, you get one of her sculptures. And it is sitting on our mantle,
Nice.
looking very crazy, but very awesome. So
But very recyclable.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, very, very good upcycling.
Yeah, that's right.
Any other business? All right. If not, we can move it to executive session. Why don't we have a motion to move into executive session?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay, let's go into executive session.
Cool. Thank you.
I would have